Hey now, Ceramics One. Look at me, I'm back in the classroom. Miss this place? It's empty. And I forgot my tripod, so I'm having to do this with selfie style with my arm. I wanted to show you a few pots. Since we've been watching videos of different things, I want to show you a few pots I had. Now, one of the videos I showed you, they made a chalice or a goblet like this, and this is the one. I don't think I've ever formally talked about it to you guys, but it's been in here, and you've probably seen it on top of my lockers. And I made the bottom here on the bat just like this. You know, it was right. The bat is right where my hand is. Sorry, I'm trying to get this picture good. So I made that in one piece, and then I made the goblet another piece, and when it was on the bat, there was a lot of extra clay here, and then I cut the bat off, turned it upside down, shaved it down to kind of a bullet tip, and that's when I cut this piece off and attached that via slipping and scoring. Again, on the wheel so I could make sure it was centered. In other words, the handle's not crooked compared to the opening that you drink out of. And then here's something entirely similar. It's just like I don't know what you do, a fruit dish or a candy dish or something, and the same thing. You can see that it is how I hollowed the handle or platform that it sits on. Here's another one, a vase I made. Design idea I had here was while it was still attached to the bat, that means before I did the foot ring, I used a sculpting tool to make each one of these little curves here and to make them approximately the same distance. Now, they're not perfect. If I did this again today, I would get out that cloth measuring tape and make a mark every, let's say, inch or so they would all be identical. And, you know, here it is, bisque fired, hasn't been glazed yet anyway. Here's another one. I made a pot that was a little too thick so that I could do this design. And so afterwards, I had this idea for this organic-like design, like, I don't know, like tree bark or like something under a microscope. Anyway, so I did that again with sculpting tools and then smoothed it off so there's no harsh, sharp edges. It looks pretty cool, I think. You can see how the designs go right into the lip. Okay, 2 more to go, and that's your video for today. Normal pot, my typical style. And, you know, the curve out near the top, then the curve back in, then the flaring out at the lip. And yet this time, I wanted to treat it as something sculptural. So I made a kind of on a thick piece of paper. I made this circle with the line attached to it, traced it, I cut it out rather, and then I used it to put the same design on both sides of the pot. So there's that. Interesting. I think it looks pretty good still. And then finally, I drew a little section of these diamonds or squares, and then I used that to trace onto the pot all the way around, because I don't know how many I made. Let's say I made it a design that was 2 inches wide. Then I just repeated that all the way around the pot. Then I used an X-Acto knife to cut out all those shapes, and the end result is that, which I think is cool, and I hope one day I'll glaze that stuff. You guys have seen I've got a ton of stuff in here that's not glazed, but maybe I'll get to it one day. Sorry, my hand over the lens there. So, happy Wednesday, although I'm recording this on a Monday. I hope things are going well with you. Oh, by the way, hopefully I'll remember to attach the image, but I've got a little duck, a mama duck, who plants her, sorry, I'm trying to camera work and talk at the same time. Okay, and she doesn't plant, she lays her eggs underneath this window out in that courtyard. And I've been checking every time I come in. As of last Tuesday, she's not there, but I checked just now, and she's back. So what I have to do is write on the calendar 6 weeks from today, those eggs are going to be hatching, and somehow I have to get them outside to the real world because they can't live in that courtyard. There's no water. Anyway, silly mom. If you look on my video channel where you're looking at this video, you'll see last year's walking out of the ducks. We had to get them out in the outside. So there's 2 videos on there about getting the ducks out of here last spring. I had the help of a class then. This year, I don't know if we're going to be back, quite frankly, but I hope we do get back by 6 weeks, although I think it's unlikely, because I'm going to have to try to get those ducklings out of there so they don't die. All right, happy weekend. Have a good one. Good talking to you guys. Bye.